Hello, everybody, whenever, wherever. First of all, I'm so very sorry and I'm embarrassed. I don't know. I made a bit of a mistake about the coordinating system um, when I explained that. So I had to delete that video and I need to redo that whole thing because I can't let it stand like that. I'm totally embarrassed. So, but I have been using or trying to use also astronomical software, and that, uh, yeah, I got confused, and then I'm giving the confusion further, so that's not right. So I have to correct that. I hope you understand, because I don't want to spread things that are wrong, at least when I know they are wrong, right? So now we jump right into it with that photograph or that map that Nick Anthony Fiorenza made. Here it is. As you can see, here we have the ecliptic, we have the celestial equator, and we have here in purple the galactic equator. And you can see the crossing points here. That's the equinox, actually the March equinox, and here we have the crossing of the September equinox. Yeah. So the coordinating system, yeah, it's okay. We have longitude, yeah, that's like equatorial if you want, or just ecliptical here. And we have the latitude, yeah. And as you can see, we have the celestial equator, yeah, it's our equator sold into space. It is not the same as the ecliptic. That's why we have those crossing points here too, right? And it's also because we have the tilt, yeah. That's why these two lines are not exactly overlapping, yeah. So we have longitude and latitude, and we have the declination. We have that angle, yeah, as you can see here, it crosses or overlays during the equinoxes, yeah. So we have during this time when in spring and autumn, yeah, we see that the sun is at zero declination. It means that we see it the same as the same height, if you want, as the equator, yeah. And then we have, of course, we have the solstices, we have the two extremes, yeah, southern or northern declination. So that's all. The names are different in astronomy, and they are not always using the degrees, at least not for the longitude, yeah, they are using hours. And they move the 0 point all the time together with the equinox, if you want. Yeah? Always with the equinoxes, they move that 0 point. And in astrology, we are using the signs or constellations and those 30 degrees divides, yeah, but we can, as I do, we can use those 30 degrees, but then still just looking at such a map, yeah, and seeing what is this longitude, where what stars are there, and we can also get computed charts about the star positions, as you can see in my written interpretations of the moons and other cycles. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, and I think that the declination does also show us that correlation to the tilt and how it moves. Yeah, the tilt means our polar axis. Yeah, because that also moves the equator when because the two always have to be in a square angle. In astrology, we also use the horizon or the zenith and nadir to define the house system, the angles. So the personal polar axis or equatorial axis, but there it does not have to be in a right angle. Yeah, that is different, that it's just really from personal viewpoint where we are in that moment of birth. So now I would like to move on and show you about the path of Earth around the galactic center and some discoveries they made, and a short peek into my own charts I created about the happenings, right? So go to this one. As you can see in this chart, this one here in blue length, the galactic plane, right? The galactic center, and here the sun and we, yeah, and the moon. We go with the sun along here, and our path goes here in yellow. We go a little bit up and we go a little bit down. Yeah, that means that we will see certain things from a different angle, right? And the charts I created, they are always heliocentric, yeah, because it's the sun's path, and I wanted to see how is that in correlation also with the galactic center. How does that look? So anyway, here is the North Galactic Pole and South Galactic Pole, and the whole solar system is moving towards a northern point, yeah, to a point near the star Vega. It's not the star Vega itself, which is in Lyra, but it's in between the constellations Lyra and Hercules. But yeah, just somewhere in the middle there, yeah, that's the solar apex, the apparent path of the solar system toward around the galactic center, at least for the moment. So now to that discovery, yeah, in that galactic center, yeah, it's a black hole, and we don't understand those black holes fully yet, but there are many different theories, and some they seem to be having quite a lot of probability, at least when I listen to physicists explaining those things, it does sound very probable, but I don't know. But I was very excited when I came across actually this picture, because it says this one here, the Milky Way, yeah, the Galactic Center, and it says that in 2010 they discovered these bubbles, one north and one south, each of them a diameter of about 25,000 light years, and they are energy emissions. Yeah, so they have X-ray and gamma ray emissions, and they have like some flares, they have these flares coming out. Yeah, and they detected in 2015 a very bright X-ray emissions, about 400 times as bright as usual. So that seems to be significant, and I will try to find out more about that, or how that has been developing in recent times now. It would be interesting to know that. So, but I'm very happy I struggled over this, yeah? Very interesting. So, now I quickly give you a peek into my work. I have to close this and open the other one. I don't know why this is, but otherwise I think I have difficulties to get that up. Yeah, seems it's up, right? So, as you can see here, a lot of data, and there is hundreds of hours in this, when not thousands. So I was able now to go back to the year 12,999 BC. I can't go further back with the software I have, and I just personally choose to stop here at the year 15,800, because I have already completed more than a cycle of the precession of the equinoxes. Yeah. So, as I mentioned before, these are all heliocentric charts. It means from the perspective of the sun. Yeah. And in that perspective, it's very interesting to notice that we actually see the no, I just lied. Those are all geocentric charts, because usually for all the cycles I used heliocentric charts, like for Neptune, Pluto, uh, Chiron, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and all these cycles, Saturn, Pluto, I put up, and I have worked on many more. So those are all heliocentric, but this one here is actually geocentric. So anyhow, so we have the sun, and we have the declination. As you can see, when it is March, it's always 0 declination, and then for the solstice, it's a higher declination. So, and the same principle we have, of course, for the galactic center, right? And I found it very interesting that on the long run, it's really the galactic center, even so it does move, yeah, in longitude, as you can see, goes down, 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 but then it goes up again too. See, the general move is up, yeah. It's I found that very interesting that it goes from here, it comes up, that was the highest I found, and then it goes down and then turns and goes back up again. So, and we have that same thing we have here with the declination, yeah. We can see here that was the time of when I found the highest northern declination, yeah, and within it stays the same for years and years and years, yeah. So it's a trend. It's nothing that just, you know, from one moment to the other it jumps. No, it is very, very slow moving, yeah. And but the peak is only for a short period of time, and then it can stay on the same, even the same seconds for years. When you compare like equinoxes with equinoxes or solstice with solstice, yeah, you can't, it's because it's geocentric, it will move a tiny little bit within the year, but you can see the general uh, path or direction it takes, yeah, from up and down. And as the sun, it moves within the year, yeah, we have it from south to north and south to north within a year, right? But we don't have that with the galactic center. It stays north or south for thousands of years, yeah. So we can see here it then changed. It was here still northern, and then here it's southern, and then it stays southern, yeah, and increases. And then here it changes again. It was south, and then it changes to northern declination, and that's in you see in that time frame here. So it was, I don't know, maybe around 9,000, and here is the highest southern, the furthest southern, and it's also the same time as I have within my calculation system I'm using. It is the last year of Pisces. And then we go over to Aquarius. But as I explained that already in my presentation about the crosses, it's not so much about that. Age of Pisces, we don't really know where to draw the line. I think to go with the galactic cross intersection is much more um, valuable, right? But it's very interesting how long it takes and that it goes in these wobbles. And if there is anywhere somebody who has access to an actual um, astronomy program that would show such a path and over, X amount of millions of years and not just a few 10,000, then I would be very, very happy to see that. So if you know of anybody, and then let me know where I can find that and how to navigate it if it's a software or so. So I'm very much interested in that. I find it fascinating. And the conclusions I made out of these few thousand years I was able to examine is that yes, we are in a shift. And yes, Earth is going galactic, and we can do that too, at least in our open minds, right? Uh-oh, now the ice cream wagon is coming. So, anyhow, that's all for today. And sorry again for the confusion I may have caused. I'm very sorry about that. And yeah, anyhow, I appreciate you all very much. I thank you for your support, subscriptions, comments, whatever. I'm really, really grateful. And yeah, I hope you have a great time. Until next time.